Thanks, Al. Blaine Wilson won the American Cup earlier this month for the second year in a row, and again, no one was even a close second. He's training right now 7 hours a day at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado and says he would sleep in the gym if he could. So we talked to him earlier before this event about what he wants in Sydney and about the memory that's still chasing him from last year's World Championships. World Championships in 1997. You're leading the world after 3 events, and you're standing on the podium waiting for high bar. What happens at that point?
I got up on the podium for high bar, and it seemed like an eternity before I got up, and I didn't get down off the podium because I figured no big deal. Then I started to question, whether or not I was going to do well. Was I going to catch my release and this and that? And next thing I know, I was on the floor, and then I just fell apart from high bar to floor to pommel horse. So
was that self-pressure? Is that what got in there?
Yeah, that was pressure that I put on myself. Really, I mean, Pete wasn't putting the pressure on me. It wasn't the judges, it wasn't the TV. It was just myself questioning whether or not I could do what I know I can do. And it ended up backfiring on me. So.
Isn't that remarkable, though, that change in how you were thinking completely changed that whole meet for you?
Yeah. It's amazing, but I look at it now, and I look at it as maybe it wasn't my time to win. And that's why I changed my whole way of thinking, way of gymnastics. I believe that I can compete with anybody, even if I do make mistakes. It's possible to win. It doesn't matter.
That sounds much more like something driven from inside of you rather than something a coach is developing from the outside in.
No, that's something that I have. I don't like to lose. I wasn't brought up to lose, and I'm sure nobody likes to lose. But I mean, it's a big part of me. I hate losing, and I'm going to do everything possible to win.
What were you taught about competing and about competitors?
Well, when you're on the floor, everybody's your enemy. If you're competing individually, I love John Roethlisberger, but I want to beat him. I love John McCready. I think he's great, but I want to beat him too.
What about not working with Peter every day and not seeing him every day?
It's hard, after spending 5 years with Pete, it's definitely hard. He got me to where I was going, got me to the Olympic Games, and he got my gymnastics to a different level. Inside,
Blaine, are you a nice guy? Are you a fighter? What do you think you are?
A little bit of everything. I like to have fun. I like to be a nice guy, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, I'll be a fighter. Mm-hmm. If I'm losing, I'm gonna try and get every point I can out of every routine. But when it's all over, I'm a nice guy. I leave it on the competition floor.
So what's the strategy between now and Sydney to fight your way to that goal of your own medal and a team medal?
It's all about going back to the gym and working on the stuff that you need to do. Especially with your coaches. You got to get with your coaches. I mean, I've only been with Ron Vitale for 2 months, and so far, we're working well together. And I need to find out exactly what it is that it's going to make my routines start at a 10 and be at a 10. Even though I'm at a 10 right now, things could change in 2 years. And that's what it's going to take.
Isn't it also about knowing it really can happen?
Yeah, you have to believe that it can happen.
And do you?
I believe every day that I walk in the gym that it's possible. It is possible. We're better. We're better, but we can compete with everybody. So it just doesn't matter. As long as you believe that, you'll be all right. If not, you should go sit in the stands and watch.
Tim Daggett, we've been watching, and how good is Blaine Wilson? How good can he be?
Well, actually, he is very, very good. He has got what it takes to be competitive in the world. And, some people might be thinking it might be too soon. You have to remember gymnastics is a sport that is judged by people, and reputation matters a lot. So it's important for him to establish himself right now, a couple years out from Sydney, as one of the challengers for an Olympic gold medal.
What can Blaine Wilson do for the U.S. in this event? We'll see in a moment when we return to Fort Worth, Texas.